Timor Leste, which has a mountainous topography, is located in an area of high regional seismic activity and exposure to heavy monsoon rains, conditions that make its population and assets susceptible to disasters. Major hazards include flash floods, droughts, landslides, and destructive winds. Substantial risk of earthquakes and tsunamis also have the potential to impact several areas along the southern coast. Institutionally, disaster risk management in Timor-Leste is coordinated by the National Disaster Risk Management Directorate, NDMD, as the lead agency under the Ministry of Social Solidarity, MSS. One of the commitments of NDMD on disaster risk management is to anticipate the impact of the Dili Ainaro road construction. The government of Timor-Leste will build a 110-kilometer road between Dili and Ainaro. This road will increase communities' accesses to public services, employment, and markets, and will facilitate the efficient and reduced cost movement of people and goods.
Desastre ne vem acontece em território de Timor Leste, tipo de desastre se ne vem que ocune, só de tsunami não acontece em Timor. Udang bot, aning bot acontece, rai mon, rai halai, ahihan rai, mota bot, e não acontece em território de Timor Leste, nem acontece. Só da tsunami ne, se dava acontece em rai daqui. Esforço ne vem a direção da Ami hal, ia direção Ami ia departamento hal. Departamento ida maka administração pembangunan, departamento ida maka emergência, departamento ida preparação da população, no departamento ida maka endo. Centro operação ida.
To address those needs, NDMD, with support from the World Bank, developed the CBDRM project for capacity building along the Dili-Ainaro road corridor. In Phase 1 of this project, NDMD and the World Bank conducted studies consisting of a hazard and risk assessment and a capacity building needs assessment. Phase 2 of CBDRM project will be implemented at 26 sucos in 4 districts along the Dili-Ainaro road corridor as a pilot project to be named Park. Programa, Aprendizajen, Resiliensia, Komunidade.
We have this project that is called Dili Ainaro Corridor, which we signed since last year. We signed a memorandum of understanding with UNDP, and also this year, at the beginning of this year, we signed with the World Bank. And this project is more or less to strengthen the community and to empower the community to better address any disaster and also to minimize the impact of disasters.
As a new program that will help empower the community at the very local level, at the suco level in Timor-Leste, there is a need for significant development of technical materials that can be used by the project implementer, in this case the project implementation unit at the Ministry of Social Solidarity, in particular the NDMD, as well as by the facilitator who will assist the community in undertaking the community-based disaster risk management works, and the community themselves. So because it's such a new undertaking, this material needs to actually be developed based on the specific needs of the community in Timor-Leste.
A capacity development strategy guide is intended for PIU, especially for consultant and training departments of NDMD, and consists of a package with the grant agreement, the project paper, project operation manual, CBDRM manual, technical guidelines, module and learning materials, and communication kits. Stages of needs assessment activities and the making of manual in the media started from the following: preliminary survey and discussion with stakeholders, kickoff workshop, training of the assessors, the needs assessment, multi-stakeholders workshop, the making of manual and media, field test of manual and media, and final manual and media. Preliminary survey and discussion with stakeholders. The results of the preliminary study conducted by YBM and the multi-stakeholder workshop held on May 7, 2014 showed that, currently, a variety of projects using community-driven approaches to development, including DRM issues around the Dili Ainaro road corridor, have been identified. Most of the approaches used lacked community participation and efforts to build the capacity of communities in the planning and implementation of projects. And this in turn has caused many of the project activities to be unsustainable. Kickoff Workshop. The purpose of the project is the strengthening of communities' resilience in the pilot locations along the Dili Ainaro corridor through mainstreaming DRM CCA within community participatory planning. The objective of the project is to prepare project manuals, training material, and human resources that will be used by NDMD, PIU, as the executing agency in the implementation of CBDRM. Training of the assessors. This assessment activity involves a team of local people as the assessors, who have been trained in advance and will continue to be guided during the process. Assessors from the local people are important as they better understand the geographical and socio-cultural conditions and speak the Tetum language. The Needs Assessment. The Needs Assessment includes 4 main activities: charts of trends of changes to identify important weather changes and their connection with climate change, flow charts and Venn diagrams to identify and analyze local stakeholders in planning and DRR, direct observation and transect to get an accurate picture directly on geographical conditions, and mapping to analyze the areas which have the potential for disaster.
Projeto Renei possibilidade de ser for benefício para a comunidade. Kalau projeto atividade participativa de comunidade rasik maka se kalau plano comunidade rasik maka implementasi plano comunidade rasik maka evaluasi plano temos comunidade rasik maka sempre rasik benefício se a atividade diretamente.
Multi-stakeholders workshop.
We take an input from all of the stakeholders, including the community, from the suco government, from the local government, and also others like NGO, local NGO like that.
The making of manual and media. The manual and media were developed by a professional team from YBM. The development process of these manuals and media has brought out excellent teamwork in delivering a highly efficient manual and media for the project. The manual and media were prepared in Tetum, which is currently being promoted as the official language of Timor Leste. Field test of manual and media.
Tipo disaster barak maka an suco estraga uma mota suco mota estraga uma estraga plantação e íamos a ihan rai behan quintal han mozuma.
Tira resistão barak hanoi dia que deve ver maka kari ia oi implementação nesse área do nível NGO dane la bela para de informação hirne ia suco mas bem tem observatório ia aldeia no mos ia area nebe maka acontece bebê desastre também tira resistão makne ia ema balo nebe ma compreende e nemos balo nebe ma la compreende liu quando va desastre dane tira husu atu la bela para de informação hirne ia suco mas bem tem que to ia fatik nebe maka sira bolu dengan area rural o area rural sira.
Ini positivo mas que situação nessa comunidade bodir que bye itare mas be ho hanesa na kan ia hanesa aumenta itani minha be hanoi itani educação quando ba unsa tu trata itana natureza e unsa tu tão mata itani positivo.
Final, manual, and media. After completing all the stages, the outputs of this assignment are Project Operation Manual, Capacity Building Strategy, CBDRM Manual, Technical Guidelines, Training materials on CBDRM including Disaster Risk Management Poster, soil fertility poster, park flip chart, animation video of floods, landslides prevention, and understanding winds and climate, DRM comic. Park is expected to be one of the learning instruments for the community and other stakeholders to do CBDRM. Through park projects in the pilot sites, it is expected that the community will have opportunities to practice DRM and can improve their capacity to mitigate disaster. Knowledge found in this project can be shared among the community and other stakeholders as one of the lessons learned in finding better ways to practice CBDRM in the future.